Alright, and welcome back to Operation Swap Face. We are recovering an item from the Advent train. I did a little mistake here. I forgot to add Circum. It's probably one of our most renowned and, yeah, ultimately handsome, good looking, but also very strong soldiers. The reason why we do that is we want to get his hacking score up optimally with some enemy protocol. We need to help him with the plasma rifles though. Make weapons available. Yes, please. Disrupt the rifle. I think it's also fair to give him the Icarus suit. Not sure why he's turning red with it though. Apparently you need to reset the color every single time. I like how the eyes here are looking different. Actually, you know what? Maybe the yellow eyes look quite cool. I give him that. Okay, so enough cosmetical appearance. Zirkim is leading the squad into battle. We are trying the battle scanner for the first time, and we do have a pretty solid Advent train to invade. So here, without further ado, here we go. Still hoping for this enemy protocol, but like I said, over time there's going to be the mission where enemy protocol is a thing. We already had one enemy protocol during our campaign, but Arnob has gotten it and not Zirkim. So now you can argue, well, why wouldn't you take Arnob then? The answer is quite simple. Zirkim is in a bond with Edgar Allan Poe and has the better side abilities. So yeah, effectively you can reach probably the same effect that than enemy protocol. If you are willing to play long enough, then you can just take a lot of the hacking missions and yeah, just reach it by doing that, I suppose.
Resistance forces operating out of this area tipped us to an Advent train carrying a data vault full of records critical to the alien.
I'm wondering like how many more buffs you can stack. Like, well, I'm just thinking in the resistance in these missions, in the covered ops missions, if you were to, let's say, play because you just like playing a couple of missions, if you would continue to play, then realistically you could get health, a lot of health. You could get aim, a lot of aim. So everything above, I think, 140 aim begins to be ridiculously high. So you don't even need the scopes anymore. You're probably just improving your mobility at that point. You could even raise mobility. So not even that is the thing. You could raise hacking. Yeah, and you can raise dodge, so you could raise everything that the soldier can do, which is, yeah, you can build super soldiers. So here's our target. Here's our high ground. Those of you who are experienced in the campaign will know what Saiken is intending to do with both. Basically, aggressive double move at the beginning, knowing or assuming that there is no one down there. After we've done that, we take the others. Renvan.
Moving on target location. position.
Can we grapple onto the other side? Probably. But do we want to grapple there is a different question. I see no harm with trying. It shouldn't trigger any pack because we're not at the front yet.
Moving. I have eyes on the enemy.
Even better, we spotted another pack.
Rolling out.
Sirkim here, with his wonderful suit. The Icarus suit can just move over. No problemo for him.
Got it covered.
First turn, and we basically made a huge progress. So I would say we're taking the easy route this time and just exploding this whole thing. Stopping this little charade here.
Position confirmed.
Interestingly enough, we could hit a lot of things with the Shredstorm cannon. I really like the Shredstorm cannon, to be honest. Super strong weapon. If we move here, we could take out the towers,
Designated position.
both of them. Oh, interesting. They placed them in a way where you cannot kill both. Interesting. That is also new, but that's fine. I mean, we can kill one with a grenade. Absolutely no issue. And we can kill the second one from here. So let's take a look. What do we want to do? Effectively, we would want to trigger a pack here. We could start with taking shots down there, but you know what? I mean, that wouldn't be the best option. I almost like triggering this here. It has a lot of potential to expedite the damage, and afterwards we can see what else is triggering. Just want to make sure that we deal enough damage so that this Codex is not replicating. We haven't triggered the other pack, which is not too bad. Free pistol shot. Oh, I thought I would... Oh, yeah. My bad. I thought we would immediately kill the container, but that was misunderstanding. So with that shot we can immediately kill the guy over there. we saved to kill that tower with a grenade. We're probably just overwatching from here, if anything. Interesting. We're so close of triggering them, and we definitely wouldn't want to do that. I also don't want to go here because I know that that's triggering the other pack. So sometimes you need to be like very careful where you actually are positioned. Can kill that sectoid. Can also try to kill that sectoid. Let's give ourselves 8 protocol in case the other pack triggers a little bit later. And let's actually kill the sectoid. Zirkim is cleaning house. Look at that. Unstoppable. So we said we wanted to go with Roby here, with Renman here. Unfortunately, he misses. That's very unfortunate. We're down to 1 action with the sniper, so maybe that's a crit. It isn't. Which means someone actually needs to kill the tower. Having that many hit points means that there's someone here could not be, well, it could be our grenadier, but I don't want to spend a second grenade just on the tower. So instead, our gun is not dealing that bad, that less of damage. So we do have a couple of gunshots with him. I was expecting a bit more. There's still a chance to one-shot it. Of course, we failed to do that. Given all of the circumstances, I do not wish to use a mimic beacon, so the only thing that's definitely going to save us there is if we are using our throwing axe, which I did not want to do.
They've got eyes on me.
And let's also take a battle scanner look. I like the battle scanner function. It has 2 charges, which is just enough to take it with us. Maybe not an endgame item, so with the Reaper, I think you're better off. But overall good. Overall good.
Hostile neutralized. Watch the flank!
So we know they are there. It's just a question, how far can we go without triggering that back? And I think this here will be fine. We're not going to attack first.
Headed there now.
Because Renvin needs the kills. He's the one who needs a promotion.
Not good.
We are a bit unlucky with our hits here.
I must improve my strength.
Got it covered.
He's not going to fall down, he'll just take damage from the grenade.
Let's do this.
We are indeed pretty unlucky.
Enemy is still up.
That's not a secured kill. So now it's Renvin, who ironically did not hit. It was the stock that killed this creature.
I guess that'll be okay. We're close.
So we're preparing for kill here.
Let's do this.
That was actually a pretty good hit. Let's give him one more action. Alright, stun lancer down. That's good.
How many is that now?
So if we were... No, we can't. Over here is not a good place. I was about to say if we were to like grapple to another position. But actually our position before was already good.
There you go.
So we need to be a little bit careful. I do not want to
Got eyes on advent troops.
trigger additional packs. Do not want to trigger additional packs.
Plenty for everyone.
So we got a mimic beacon here, which is going to be fine. Question is, what else do we have? Might as well use the capacity discharger. Or position ourselves here and take an overwatch. We could Icarus jump, hack, and overwatch. This here would even be a flanking position. Come on, buddy. Oh, that would have been too good. Common Protocol unfortunately ends the turn. So with the Common Protocol we could kill this guy back there. But we could also use the capacity discharger to do so. I think our best bet is really to position ourselves there. Take the hack and then maybe even place a mimic beacon. Maybe aggressively here.
Accessing system.
Enemy protocol. Exactly what we were looking for. Come on, game. 41%. Come on.
Infiltrating access point. Come in. Menace 1-5 acknowledged. The package is secure. Be advised, reinforcements are inbound. Eliminate all hostiles threatening the AO.
So this here would only target the sector pod. Probably suboptimal. which means this might be our best bet. Okay, we'll have another intense round. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the hack. I wasn't aware that it immediately spawns reinforcements. Makes sense if you think about it, but that wasn't on my radar. I basically just hacked because I thought we could get a cool reward, but there wasn't any like real need to hack. Alright, Mimic Beacon gone. Time for a stun lancer to do some stun lancing.
Taking fire over here.
I can give it a try.
First priority, the sector pod. We can put him into a flanking position. I really don't care because he's very expendable.
Ready to go.
That was a solid hit. Let's take the lance out for one turn, because this is going to be our end fight, so to speak. Afterwards, that's not going to matter. So might as well blow all of the relevant cooldowns. Good. Biggest threat is eliminated. I'm still thinking about holding him back for the Mimic Beacon, so always keep an option open. Renvin here, we need to maximize his gain, and his gain is basically, or his impact. His impact is basically number one, with Salvo, just nuke all of that. The friendly fire, by the way, was coming from the loot box, which we already have. So no need to be afraid about the consequences. I am going to leave him out of the picture for a bit. With that many enemies, we still would need a Mimic Beacon. I wouldn't see how that is going to work elsewise. Specifically if we're missing on 80+% shots.
Running dry on ammo.
Yeah, we're not having enough actions left over, but that's fine. So we're not in a terrible position, but we're also not in a great position either. Part of it is this is a very exposed spot. Moving over here would decrease that exposure. Not dramatically, but still a little bit. And we can't heal ourselves because we're disoriented thanks to the fucking stun lancer. Who, by the way, is a prick.
Negative damage.
70% shot, not a hit. I am thinking about, since it's our last turn, our last round, to effectively use a gas grenade. Mainly to kill off that guy and deal some damage to the captain. And why not? I mean, we're probably not going to use it anyways. So, implaceable, and he also has untouchable, which means we're going to very aggressively move up. He's the one taking the shots. Now, if we think about that guy, how about... Oh, wow, I almost forgot about him. What in a saint's mind have you been thinking?
Tired of waiting around.
That would be a nice kill. That's the required one.
You see that?
Okay, so we do have 3 enemies left over. Unfortunately, the 4, because we have one frozen here. Fortunately, we ran out of turns. Which means the logical consequences, take the Mimic Beacon. Yeah, he misses because he's poisoned. So, oh, he even moves into poison. Fantastic. Okay. If random here was to... Yeah, okay, we're doing that. Let's kill him with a grenade. That's good. Bonus kill for Renman. Oh, and there was the promotion. Unbe-effing believable. After 34 missions and about 100 kills, Renman is going to be the rank of a colonel.
It's dead. It has to be dead.
Rock and roll.
Reloading.
Who's keeping score?
Good. We're healing ourselves. Not that it would matter at that point, but just to be safe. Besides, I can see how many hit points Zirkim has. It's really a pleasure to have such experienced units.
Adjusting aim.
And whilst he was saying that, he realized that someone else was not hitting again.
Let's move already.
Superior head trigger, really good.
I've got the loot. You want some more?
Status confirmed. All hostiles are
So, the first mission in, I think, 4 missions of non-flawless runs. Mainly because we the mistake here was not being aware of the fact that triggering the chest spawns a reinforcement. We have done that with 3 turns left, so there was no reason to do that.
To the chaos of the old world. Only together can we oppose them. United in
The rest was okay.
love for us, we shall prevail.
And maybe pulling the or triggering the sectoport pack. Good. Saturation fire or rupture. Both are really, really good. Cone-shaped fire, which destroys cover. I love it. Rupture is wonderful, deals critical damage and ensures that the target takes +3 damage from all further sources, which is very, very good for gatekeepers, sectopods, and so on. It fits extremely well in his role. Another energy engineer, whom we do not need. And yeah, if we were to look at Renman, I like the saturation fire. Ever Vigilant, by the way, is also a dope ability. It fits into the whole scheme of moving, so we are going to buy that as well. But before we do so, I'd like to use the I'd like to get the saturation fire.
In case of this psionic gateway, I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree with the decision to recover it from the field. We have
Wow, 13 days wounded.
the biggest bomb we have right through it, but instead we're taking the wait and see approach. I just hope we didn't miss our chance.
Good. We got ourselves a successful mission. Let's get some loot. And since everyone's at their prime now, we basically just need to wait until Zirkim is back. Oh no, we need to wait until the psionics have finished their training, which is still ongoing. So once that is done, we're done.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Again, no alien activity.
Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself. My followers and your people continue to
Research breakthroughs are twice as likely to occur. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, we're not researching a lot anymore.
My followers will obey.
First things first, let's do the black market, because there we can buy Elerium. And maybe nice little weapon upgrades and so on. Superior scope, yes. Yo, I think we don't need the supplies at that point. 2,600, we're more than fine.
Together, we have succeeded in our task.
That one is very, very good. +1 on all weapons, sounds amazing. Gain ability points, not bad, and it's also aim +4. Deep learning 2. Well, that's a good one. another 20%, will just make the learning a lot better. I like the idea. Ability points and aim are good. So I would actually like to put Renman on this mission because he needs aim the most. But since he's currently not available, we're going to start with Roby because there is no such thing as having too much aim. Well, if Roby would be wounded, we would still be fine, so there's no problem with that.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
Let me understand one thing. Now that all of our weapons deal 1 more damage, just out of curiosity. Unbelievable, it's really +2. So we're talking about 9 to 11 damage, which is a lot. If you add all of the multiplicative effects on top of it, he actually has a pretty impressive weapon there. Didn't know that that there are so many really good upgrades, and they all seem to
It
stack.
won't be easy, but I think it's the only option.
This specimen, this being is something else entirely, something beyond anything we have ever seen. And yet somehow, our troops once again prevailed.
Good. That, by the way, was the Avatar project.
The turrets we...
Let's get the other autopsies. Cool. So that's the second last story mission.
I've updated our latest operational objectives, Commander. We have the target site locked in, Commander. This is our chance to strike at Advent's heart. Once we control the network tower, we can finally show the world what the aliens are doing. There's no turning back after this.
I am not yet sold on doing the mission. We're still training the psychic warriors.
This will prove to be an important step forward.
Advent doesn't seem to have any
Defense metrics, which is not bad, but it's kind of too late to actually use that.
Presumably, the even my own intellectual...
Hellweave. Ah, I forgot about that one.
My doubts as to whether or not it was really a wise decision for our troops to bring
No, that is actually new
specimen on board
by
the
thinking about it. Or is it? It was one of the things that I seldomly used. I mean, will return damage to any enemy in melee. That means you want to be hit in the first place, and I couldn't see how that would be a thing. But the 100% chance to set them afire is not bad.
This specimen.
Now we are researching the last technology. And to be honest, once we got the last technology, we probably are ready to really finish the campaign. I wish we could speed up the training process. But before we think about that, there's a new alien facility. Which of course we can't accept that exists. And that will happen in the next mission, in the next video, guys. See you soon.